Hey everybody, it's Gypsy and welcome to On the Edge of Appalachia. Today is Sunday, February 23rd, 2025, and I'm on my way to the flea market to vend. Yesterday was a great day, had fun vending. The weather, the improvement in the weather really changed the atmosphere. Everybody was in a better mood, everybody felt better. More activity. It was just a good day. Looks like it's going to be another beautiful day. It's not quite clear out. There's some clouds, but it's going to be warmer. And I'm looking forward to that. I think we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel with winter. So very, very pleased about that. And you guys know I cannot wait to get back in the yard, start getting ready for planting and stuff. And I've got all my seedlings started. I'm excited. So, wow, there's just a lot going on. Sometimes I sit here and it's like, this is one of the most important times of history that we are living through. Now, I may even go as far as saying the most important. I don't know. We'll see. Excuse me. I've been having sinus issues and sinusitis. Yeah, I have got it, man. And pretty soon the purple dead nettle will be out and I'm going to fix this issue. Anyways, I'm getting off track. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's a very difficult time, but it's amazing. And I truly believe that this time, the end result will be good. It will. Always remember, the dark cannot survive the light. Okay? And I know it's hard to stay centered and grounded and focus on love. And believe me, last week you guys knew I was having an issue with that, but I'm okay now. Anyways, Gypsy's back. Always remember that, the darkness cannot abide the light. It can't, okay? And yes, it's a long, difficult process. This is very stressful, and I understand that, okay? And the attacks are increasing, okay? So that being said, this is like the most dangerous intersection ever. I guess, when you ask now, it varies on what word people use. And that's okay, it doesn't matter. Some people say universe, some people say God, creator. There are many words. It does not matter. So when you put an intention out there, I have asked for what I asked for about, I don't know, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Many times in my life, I have asked for this and have not received it. I also have just been told it is not time yet. And I think I understand why. But I've always felt different in that I don't belong, which is why I was so shy and quiet when I was young. And I would always pray to meet people who are like me. I think they say that these days, find my tribe. So that's what I asked for about 2-3 weeks ago. I wish I could remember exactly when I put that intention out there, but it was very, very recent. And all of a sudden, things started happening to clear the path. Now, sometimes when we put an intention out there, the way the universe provides that intention, fulfills it, is in a very painful manner. And, I hear a lot of people say that it's not just me. Okay? So things need to be cleared or deconstructed before you can get the new and your intention can be fulfilled. So there's been a lot of changes in my life since I put that intention out there. People leaving, just a lot of, I don't know, weird stuff. I can't really put my thing, it's hard to describe. But anyways, after this happens, then I start meeting people, and it is online. I would love to meet people in person too. But I've always, joined the weird out there way out what woo-woo, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, groups on the internet. Nothing new. It's not unusual for me. But this time, it's different. More people who've had the same experiences I've had. Okay, so that being said, I'm just saying, when you put that intention out there, to fulfill that intention, to get to the point you want, it can be very painful. Now, we can put out individual intentions, but we also put out intentions as a mass consensus, as in all of humanity or all the beings on the planet, whatever. Okay, so that's why this period of time is so difficult. Because as a mass consensus, we put out there that we wanted to raise the vibration of humanity and planet Earth. Okay, so in order to do that, we have to deconstruct what no longer serves us so that we can create the new. Okay, so just remember, all of you who are panicking, and I know people are because I can feel it in the air everywhere I go. I've had this weird ability. One of my abilities is when I am on my phone or my laptop. Now, this doesn't happen all the time. I think it seems to happen when things are amiss and I haven't noticed. I can feel the energy coming from the screen. You know how when you you go into a crowded place and you can feel the energy of the room. You can feel what people are feeling and stuff. Or even more on a personal level, somebody you are with, it's just one person, and you can feel what they're feeling. It's the same thing, only it's coming through the screen. So I have been picking up on that a lot. So I did have something. What the hell was I thinking about? I'm telling you, isn't it a beautiful day? It's beautiful. I think it's going to be happening for a lot of us, where you'll have this change in your life that people are leaving in one manner or another. Okay, and there are many different ways people can leave. Whether it be they just, how you kind of drift apart, or it could be through something more dramatic, like an argument, or death. It could be that. You might find that happening a lot more lately, or in the near future. So this is, it's hard. I mean, it really is, but I'd say the universe has your back, okay? I know it doesn't seem like it right now, but it does. And there will be people who will come in that are your tribe, people like you, Okay, I think many of you have noticed. Okay, we're going for the shift here. Okay, we're going to, this is the Great Awakening, the Ascension. So, things, thank you, Dad. Was that you? Yeah. My dad just gave me a line from the Bible that describes this really, really good. He wasn't paying attention, so I didn't hear who it was. In the Bible, Jesus says, now I can't remember, I used to have almost the whole Bible memorized. He will sort out the wheat from the chaff. That's what's going on now. Okay. Excuse me. And you may have a lot of physical symptoms, like I've been having, like that. Anyways, so that's what's going on here. It's like, it's almost like we're dividing ourselves into where we belong. You know, what it is we decided we wanted. Yeah. That's, you know, you hear people talk about December of 2012. Well, you may not have been aware of it, but that is what happened then, because you did it, your higher self did this on a spiritual level. You made this decision, and believe me, I know full well, you know, your higher self makes this decision, and it takes a while for the message to get to you, and you're like, you know, not that it's, you're all one being, there's different parts of you, and it's like, wow. So anyways, this was going on now. We're kind of like rearranging things in our lives on a spiritual level, to benefit ourselves and our lives, if that makes sense. I don't know. Really, I'm trying to explain. Like, when I am with my tribe, I talk about it, and they talk about it in a different manner. But I'm trying to find the words that anybody can, you know, anybody can understand. Not somebody who's been in this for a long time. You know, it's hard to explain, but we're just kind of rearranging our lives, sorting things out. I mean, it's just like, I've been thinking so much about that lately. And you know how I talk about democracy, and especially with the country being this big, you're always going to have now, instead of a small amount of people not happy, you're going to have a large amount. So how can that possibly work in a country this size? I don't know. But I do think about, well, how is this going to work afterwards? Because you're going to have like two different groups of people who, maybe I'm going to call it the new earth. Don't want the new earth, the new paradigm. And I often, see, I have not really received messages from the spirit realm on this part, how that's going to work, or from anybody else in the universe, how this is going to work. But I often wonder about it, because I'll hear a lot of people talking about a literal new earth, like the earth splits. I don't know that we would notice it or not, but it doesn't really add up for me, because even though people have been removed from your life, you know they're still there. You know they're still on the planet. So that one, it doesn't make sense to me. And then I'll hear other people say that, you know, we're still going to be all on the same planet. It's just, you know how you attract certain things and people into your life? Well, that's just how it's going to work. That's how you find your tribe. You're going to be with your people who want this, what you want, and you'll be, you know, together, and those people will still be there, but you're not interacting with them. So I don't know which it is, and it's so strange, because it's like, almost like we're divided up into talents or specialties, those of us, I'm going to say, who are like me, like, I don't receive much information on that, how the new earth or the new paradigm is going to work afterwards. I got the beforehand as a little girl. Anyways, so for that part, I'm not like an expert on that. I don't know. And I just listen to others like me to hear what information or downloads, however you want to put it, they have received. And so that's why I'm telling you, some say this, some say that. And as I always say, when it comes to spirituality, it is often in a metaphor. That's why when you look at your religious texts, everybody is out jogging today, because look at the river. It is melting. Yeah, so it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Spring is coming. I'm so happy. That is how that works. And I know what I'm talking about is confusing to some of you, because as you know, during the week I do gardening and cooking and crafts, art, because we also need to be focused on that, because these are skills that people have lost, and I think it's important to talk about these things. Now, have I really started teaching it? No. There's a lot, like, I kind of have attracted a group on YouTube, obviously, because it's based on what you felt, of other, mostly women and some men, who do this stuff, the gardening, cooking, etc. And right now, my physical energy level is a little off, and I get tired easy, so I have to rest a lot. So I'm not really doing lessons at the moment, but I am showing you examples of what I'm doing. Okay, and it's more of like spreading this around. And I know there are plenty of people out there like me who are doing a good job at teaching this stuff. Okay, so I think for me, it's more, I've always, for several years, I've been attracted to a smaller, more community-based teaching and stuff like that. I don't know when this started in my life, but I realized that was part of the problem. Why we are having trouble taking care of each other is we have spread too far out, and we've spread ourselves too thin. So we have issues with the haves and the haves not. So I always figure, well, you start with yourself. The closest being to you is yourself. You take care of yourself first. Because if you are taking care of yourself and you are healthy in every aspect of your being, you are able to then take care of your family, which I believe is next up on the list. Sorry. It's getting, believe it or not, I have to turn down the heat. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. Anyways, your family. And then next, you help your community. You participate in that. And then you move out maybe to your county, your state, whatever. Now, the reason I feel we need to do it this way is because doing it on a whole large scale has not worked. Like I said, we've spread ourselves too thin. There are those who, especially if you're doing the physical aspect of it, get tired and worn out too much when you are looking at it globally. And then you have those who donate money instead of the time. Well, now we're finding accountability is lacking. So, now this is my theory. If we do it in small sections, all right, self, family, community, etc., well, the community part or the area part is going to start touching each other. Like the next community is going to abut your community. Now, you just keep going and going and going. It's going to spread all the way across the planet. Now, am I saying don't have anything to do with other communities? No, I'm not. But I'm saying these are your main priorities. You could still barter and trade and stuff like that with other communities. Even somebody on the other side of the planet. We have the ability to do that these days. I'm just saying we need to be more smaller in our outreach, each one of us. And this will cover the entire planet. I do believe that it's possible, and it does happen on other planets. So, you saw that with the hurricane this recently. Those people, they helped each other, okay? You should not have to sit there and wait for the authorities because, well, being human, if there's an emergency, they can't teletransport. Okay? Sometimes waiting for them, it could be detrimental. And I think if we learn how to work together as a community and help each other, then our emergency people could have somewhat of the burden lifted off of them, and they can branch out to things that are more dangerous. But working together as a community, like I told you the story that my mom told me about the winter of '53 and how the citizens of the city cleared the roads, which I always loved that story. But that's just the way I think, okay? I think we have to work more one-on-one. We have to get back to that community-centered mindset, okay? We do. But anyways, it's like, I can't remember what it was I was originally going to talk about. But I did go off on one of my tangents, as my dad used to say. But, it's like, yes, I know everyone, you're afraid. I get that. Yes, we are in a time of great change and turmoil. But when we get out on the other side, it's going to be beautiful. Because, I told you, why is it going to be beautiful? I told you at the beginning of the video. Because the dark cannot abide the light. It cannot. And it's going to be wonderful, and I can't believe it's finally here. I really can't. I don't know. It's really something to see, and I know everybody's afraid. I do, again, want to warn all of you. Be careful. Be discerning of who you open up to and talk to. Try to protect yourselves, but always put out the energy of love. You can, right now that is what we have to do. Protect yourself while putting out the energy of love. It's going to be okay. It's hard now, it's scary, I get that. And yes, there is going to be some suffering, and there already is, but in my entire 60 years, long before this ever started, there was a lot of suffering. There was. But I believe humans are very adaptable, and we are an extremely strong species. We adapt very easily, and I believe we will get through this and we'll survive. I might sound harsh on this. I don't think I am, but everybody's very sensitive right now. I am not trying to be cold. I am just trying to tell you, before this started, people suffered. I know. I suffered. Everybody did. Everybody. You can't get through life without suffering. And, we're not intentionally making matters worse. And your life is what you make it. Everybody is trauma. Everybody has had bad things happen. And it's all what you decide, especially on a higher spiritual level. If you can connect with the heart aspect of yourself, it'll be easier for you to be able to get through this and do what I was just saying. So anyways, I think I've been babbling enough. If you have questions, ask. If you are not emitting love when you ask or make a comment, you're just going to be deleted, okay? I just don't have the time to put up with meanness, okay? From now on, it's, I'm just, bye-bye. Because that energy is not good for my channel and my viewers. And I will not have bad energy surrounding my viewers. I won't. Anyways, I think this witch, this alien soul, she's done talking for the day. I'm going to be at my booth soon. I'm going to intermingle with my strange vendor people because we are strange. Have a good time. Hopefully make some sales. I love you guys. Blessed be. And make it a joy.